All right, this is another strategy game for the 360 that I like. It's not real time, but it's still a strategy game. So I'm gonna start it off at the beginning with my favorite thing about strategy games: the massive weapons. So here's a nuke, an ICBM. It takes a while to build up to this point in the game. I think I put in like 20, maybe 30 minutes until I finally developed the technology for a nuke. And then this is the animation sequence. This is what all your hard work pays off for. Now, this game was really fun. It's a little different, but this is one of the problems I have with the game right here. See this little pause? I had a lot of pauses in this game. I don't know if it was just my 360, but this is real time right here. It actually pauses for a second like this, but then you hit the explosion right there. There it is. So this game is fun because there's really not any other games like this for the console. It's almost like a board game. You know, you pick your civilization, you try and develop it. Here you'll see at the beginning of the game, you pick your civilization, and each civilization has its strengths and weaknesses, pros and cons. Here you see the Chinese, and it lists out some of the things about the Chinese that are good and bad for the game. The Americans were my favorite, Germans were dope, the Japanese were dope, but I played the game with everybody. Even the Greeks were surprisingly cool. So I'll let the game explain at the very beginning. There's a little explanation of what the gist of the game pretty much is about.
My liege, we stand at the beginning of a new age. Our people have forsaken the nomadic ways of their fathers and have settled in a city. They look to you to guide them into the uncertain future. My liege, I believe that if we wish to survive, we must make our city strong and prosperous. And once we have grown, we must send settlers to build even more cities across the land. Cities are indeed the most powerful of all human creations, for it is only within cities that we can create the mighty armies needed to defend ourselves and to bring defeat to our foes. My liege, our fate is in your hands. Will we be a warlike people, striking fear into the hearts of other nations? Will we be peaceful and cultured, an advanced nation of philosophers and artists? Or will our wise men and scientists chart a course that will bring us into a glorious future of astounding science and unimagined technology? What will the future hold for us? Will we be yet another forgotten people, a mere footnote in the annals of history? Or will you prove to be the greatest ruler the world has ever known and build for us a civilization for the ages, a civilization to stand the test of time? My liege, our people await your orders.
Alright, so like it says, there's 4 different ways you want to try and win the game: through domination, through war, capturing all your enemy capitals, battling, or developing your technology, developing an economic structure, or a cultural victory. I won on each one. Each one you have to take a different approach. It's pretty fun. Here you'll see the sort of menu that you can use for control. It talks about, you know, each different city and what your potential options are next. Here's a clip showing sort of like the interaction when you take it to the war. This is kind of funny to me because some guys with muskets hop out and pretty much take out the tank, which doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but you'll see on the ratings at the bottom, 37.5 to 15, it's a no-brainer who's going to win. But that's the idea of the sequence of how the fights work. So you just take turns. Here's another example. I got some bomber wings, some Zero fighter wings, going against a battleship, sinks the battleship, and then when the sequence is done, it's on to the next turn. Here you got artillery versus some Zero fighters. Obviously, fighters have the advantage. They got a higher rating. Well, this is just the game. You have a bunch of these going back and forth. A lot of decisions have to be made. It's not just about war. Here you'll see another sequence between a bomber and some riflemen. Again, kind of strange. You got a bomber. Some dudes with muskets come out and take out the bomber. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's just how the game is. Again, you pretty much make decisions through the game and build up your civilization until you can win somewhere. And here's the nuke sequence again. You'll have random things happen through the game, like another civilization will want to beef with you. Like out of nowhere, the Africans will come through and they'll basically try and bully you and say you need to give us some of your technology or something, or we can go to war or whatever. So the game is real fun. I think it's mad educational for kids. But it's, even though it looks kind of cartoonish, it's a dope game. It's not. You could probably pick it up for relatively cheaper than GameStop and something, but I definitely think that this is something that you should have in the collection. The only bad thing is these glitches like this, and the other thing is this game is long, man. Like, your matches take, like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes easy, man. But it's worth it, man. It's fun. There's a lot of different things you can do. I didn't want to show too much of the game because that takes away from the fun of it. So just wanted to show you the nuke. You know I'm all about the nukes, man. Blowing it up. So there it is. Looks fun. Check it out if you got some extra dough, man. Civilization 360.